Hey, this is my get to know me video. So I have 6 questions that I'm going to answer for you, and hopefully by the end you'll know me a lot better. But before that, I just want to give a brief introduction to myself. So I grew up in Donegal in the northwest of Ireland. When I finished secondary school, then I moved to Dublin to complete my undergrad degree in business studies and French. And at the moment, I'm completing my master's in management consultancy at UCD Smurfit. So now I think it's time that we get into some questions. So I have quite a wide variety of past experiences. During my summers as an undergraduate student, I worked as a camp leader at the local summer camp. I was in charge of a group of 4 leaders, and we managed a group of 20 children between the ages of 5 and 10. So as you can imagine, this role involved a great deal of responsibility, organising and planning. When I finished my undergraduate degree, I worked as a junior corporate travel consultant, so I had the opportunity to learn new systems, and it was also the first time that I had to deal with clients. Whilst the career wasn't exactly for me, I took a lot from it. I knew that I liked dealing with clients, but I'd also really improved my communication and attention to detail, so that was brilliant. I really like helping people, so I've done a lot of volunteering, and I attribute this to my parents who instilled this in us from a very young age. When I was 13, I helped out with my father's fundraising campaign for a trip to South Africa to build houses for the Nile Mellon Township Trust. So my parents had set up a variety of events such as fashion shows and car boot sales and children's days, so I would help out with those. I'm also involved in the Tidy Towns group as well. So I've been involved in litter picking, beach cleans, flower planting, and stuff like that. Last year, I helped the local dyslexia group with their 5K run. I've also helped the manager of the local Irish college with some admin duties. And during my time as an undergraduate, I also had the opportunity to volunteer at Web Summit as a production team volunteer. So I liaise with speakers, I liaise with attendees. I also helped the Trinity Economic Forum Committee as well. During the forum, I was looking after some general duties just to help the committee out. So I really do like helping others and volunteering, and I hope to add to my volunteering experience too as my career progresses. My top 3 skills would be organization, communication, and teamwork. The skills that I'm really working on at the moment are problem solving and leadership. This year has given me the real opportunity to hone in on these skills and see their importance in the world of consulting. So I'm really trying to develop them, and I think that with more experience, I can really enhance these skills. So, what have I been doing in my spare time? Well, I joined the Smurfit Toastmasters Club back in September, so I have been attending Toastmasters meetings ever since. I have given quite a few speeches and achieved my level 1 on pathways. I joined the club to improve my presentation skills, but I've also had the opportunity to chair some virtual meetings and also evaluate some speeches. So I've improved a lot more than my presentation skills. I have enhanced my leadership skills and my organization skills as well. So that's how I have been using my spare time, is to improve my skills, and Toastmasters was the perfect way to do that. To find out what my top values were, I used the PwC Personal Branding Workbook, and my top values are family, empathy, ambition, achievement, and resilience. I moved back to Donegal at the start of the lockdown, so I've been completing my master's from here. So I've always been kept busy with master's stuff, whether it be an assignment or presentation, but there have definitely been moments of kind of anxiety and panic, like not knowing what's going to happen, when things are going to clear up again. But I'm so lucky here that there are so many scenic walks and things to choose from. So if I was ever feeling kind of anxious or worried, I would just go for a walk, take in the fresh air, appreciate home. So there's actually no place I'd rather be on lockdown than here. But it also helps to kind of know that everybody is in the same boat. it's quite comforting knowing that, you're not the only one in the situation, that, everybody's there with you too. So that's how I've been coping with it. Okay, so let's start with some TV show recommendations. Well, the first TV show that I'd like to recommend is The Last Dance on Netflix. Now, I am not into basketball and I most definitely am not athletic. But my goodness, this show is about so much more than basketball. It's about leadership, ambition, teamwork, dedication, motivation. So it's a really inspiring watch. I'd highly recommend it if you haven't seen it already. The next show that I'd like to recommend is Lenox Hill. Now, this is a documentary that's also on Netflix. It follows doctors around Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. It's just an excellent display of compassion and empathy. The level of compassion that the doctors have for their patients, it's just, oh my goodness, so great to see. And the show also showed how the doctors were always willing to learn and learn from each other, and it had a look at the challenges the hospital also faced when setting up their neuro department from scratch, and it also showed just how far that department has come. It's grown from strength to strength, and they're taking on really complex cases, so it was just amazing to see. Another inspiring watch that I'd highly recommend. So in terms of books then, the book that I would really like to recommend is Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. Now, I really like Michelle Obama, so I wanted to see how she got to where she was. And the book just really showed her true passion and the drive that she had. So if you're looking for a little bit of inspiration or motivation, that's a great book to get stuck into. So I'd highly recommend picking that up. But don't worry, if you don't have the time to read the book, the documentary is there on Netflix. So enjoy! Happy watching and reading! Now, this brings me to the end of my Get to Know Me video. I hope that you now know a lot more about me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. So, thank you. Bye.